Beginning with Kody speeding around town in a Lexus sports vehicle, the television series Sister Wives presents a dubious lifestyle choice for a guy accepting both his fourth wife and her 3 children and his 13th biological child. During their first season, additionally, Janelle is seen operating this vehicle, which has a taped-in window. Guys, it's Selena here. Welcome to TLC Flix. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Kody clearly never considered equality to be important when the family decided to rush to Vegas in the middle of the night to escape. The only two with full-time employment are Janelle and Kody. Even now, other than the money she receives from the show, Robyn has never held a productive job. Upon their initial arrival in Vegas, Janelle is extremely anxious about her income loss. However, I'm not employed anymore. Right now, we have limited resources available to us. When the 3rd season of the show began, it was impossible to foresee that it would last for at least 15 more seasons. All Janelle knows is that she gets stressed out and that Kody's whims are costly. He chooses to marry a different woman who is a mother of 3. That means Janelle has 4 more mouths to feed. When Robyn finally reveals she's pregnant, she becomes quite upset that the family isn't bursting with happiness. As we recall from the first few episodes of the show, Christine thought of herself as the coupon queen. You can see that Janelle truly enjoyed this type of approach toward multiple marriage because she more than made up for what she was unable to provide in terms of a money stream, and because she was aware of the family's limited finances. Let's be a team player. However, as soon as Robyn joins the family, it's like MIT and Robyn. All of these presentations that Kody has drawn up, like the one-house mock-up that was not cheap to commission and all for literally nothing, seem like a great example of money wasted. But honestly, I thought that this was an excellent example. She just sets a bill on the table and says, "Who's gonna take care of this?" Kody was not really interested in forcing everyone to share a single residence. With the possible exception of Janelle, none of the women would have even considered sharing a roof, and Kody was aware that having 18 children meant having a lot of braces. I believe you could have used that money for a lot of other things your kids really needed. My sister's closet was, of course, one of the most often mentioned examples of money spent. That investor pitch in which Kody and the women disclosed that their website receives millions of hits is something I will never forget. Additionally, they had only made 500 sales at the time of the pitch. Even though that is a pitiful conversion rate, they were sitting there requesting between $1 and $2 million from the investors. Janelle wasn't even given the CEO role by Kody and Robyn at first. This is how you could tell that things would turn out badly financially. Not even the one wife who is trusted with tax matters is consulted when starting a new company. Overall, I believe that letting Robyn have such a large say in the family's financial decisions has been one of the Brown family's worst financial mistakes. Robyn, a 30-year-old divorced mother of 3, joins the family having never held a job that generated income and carrying $30,000 in debt. To placate Kody, Janelle got married. Furthermore, Christine permitted Robyn to take part in financial discussions that ultimately proved to be harmful to their households. While I'm not advocating for Robyn to have no voice at all, she was always involved in the pocketbooks of the other houses. While in reality, she ought to have stayed in her own lane. Even though Robyn still relies on the shelf for her income, she is adorning her walls with artwork and her house with crystals and other expensive decor. She lavishes money on pricey jewelry with Kody, and her children receive pricey Christmas gifts. She made a big fuss in season 18 about not getting thrown in with Kody and making sure she received her fair share, just like those electric scooters. However, she has consistently taken more than her share. Therefore, in my opinion, she owes the original 3 something in terms of entitlements at this time. I believe it's generally accepted that Coyote Pass made the worst financial choice ever. If Robyn was truly concerned about getting her fair part, Kody made sure that every wife in Las Vegas had a house of her own. That was, of course, entirely fair. That was essentially for approximately equal houses. I believe Janelle and Mary would both undoubtedly concur that one of their worst decisions was to forfeit the equity they had gained from the selling of their homes. They will now always have coyote pathways entwined between them both. Nothing will ever happen on that land, and even their children have stayed. Personally, I'm starting to believe in the conspiracy notion that Robert and Kody plan to continue doing 5 lots, but only for Robyn's 5 children. If I were Robyn's children, though, I would respectfully decline bland, raw prairie dog feces. It's incredible that despite Robyn being the only surviving wife, they haven't progressed past the installation of a single cistern on that land. You would assume that while the details of purchasing Mary and Janelle out are being worked out, they could at least start the process of prepping the site for development. To be honest, Kody Past appears to be nothing more than an offshore account used by Kody and Robyn to conceal the remaining funds from their wife, making it exceedingly challenging for Mary and Robyn to get rid of these two. I have also come to believe in the conspiracy notion that the selling of the Vegas houses was partly motivated by the desire to make it more difficult for the original three to financially break away from Kody, and indirectly Robyn. I believe that all three of the original members had considered abandoning Kody in Vegas, and Kody was aware that Christine had made a very wise decision in insisting on buying her house. When the time came for her to go, she managed to do so without incident. Despite this, Kody still thinks far less of Christine than he does of Mary and Janelle, who both have the power to and arguably ought to compel the sale of Kody Paths. For my part, I'm really looking forward to these upcoming seasons. The program isn't going anywhere anytime soon, in my opinion. That's precisely what I think. However, now that Kody and Robyn are independent, I'm interested in seeing how they manage their finances. Will they keep buying these ostentatious things? If you are looking for more sister wives gossip, come back to TLC Flix for all your updates. Bye, guys.